The sun hung low over the rolling hills of the Ozarks, casting long, golden shadows across the modest cabin where Jed Clampett lived his quiet, simple life. Jed was a man of few words, a rugged mountaineer whose soul was as sturdy as the ancient oaks surrounding his home. He spent his days tending to the land, ensuring his family was fed, and finding contentment in the rhythm of the seasons. Life was uncomplicated, defined by the cooling mist of the morning and the crackling warmth of the evening hearth. It was existence rooted in the earth, far from the rushing currents of the modern world. Then, on a day that began just like any other, the trajectory of Jed's life shifted forever. He was out on the land, firing his rifle in pursuit of game to fill the family larder, when his bullet struck the ground. There was no thunderous roar, but rather a strange, rhythmic bubbling. From the depths of the earth, a dark, viscous substance surged upward, coating the soil in an obsidian sheen. It was oil, the elusive black gold, the fabled Texas tea that whispered promises of a future no one in the family had ever dared to dream. The news traveled faster than a mountain breeze. Before the week was out, the transformation was complete. The poor mountaineer had become a millionaire. His kinfolk, wide-eyed and buzzing with excitement, gathered around him. They spoke of a different life, a life of comfort and endless opportunity. They insisted that Jed must move away from the quiet hills. They spoke of California, a land of golden sunshine and boundless possibilities. California was the place, they claimed, where Jed truly ought to be. With a heavy heart but an adventurous spirit, they loaded up the old truck. It was a rickety, rusted vessel, but it carried their dreams toward the horizon. They arrived in Beverly Hills, a world of manicured lawns, shimmering swimming pools, and the constant, glitzy presence of movie stars. It was a stark contrast to the quiet rusticity of their home, yet the family took it in stride, becoming the Beverly Hillbillies in a world that hardly knew what to make of them. Inside the sprawling mansion, the morning routine remained as peculiar as ever. Before Jed could even settle down for breakfast, he found himself staring at the skillet. He had prepared the meal himself, raw and unadorned, shells and all. It was a simple dish, a reminder of the mountains amidst the marble floors of their new life. "Hey, looky here, Granny, somebody done sent us a telegram," Jed announced, his voice echoing through the grand hall. "Don't open it, Jed," Granny warned, not looking up from her task. "It is bad news."
"How do you know?"
Jed asked, turning the envelope over in his calloused hands. "Telegrams is always bad news," Granny replied with the certainty of a woman who had seen many winters. "Somebody has passed on. I think we got to open it."
"Please don't, Jed," she insisted.
"There has been a death in the family. I just know it." "Now you are jumping to conclusions," Jed countered gently. "You mark my words," she said, shaking her head. "It will not be long until old Duke will commence to howling. And you know what that means. Any howling around here will be done when Jethro comes down and finds out his breakfast ain't ready," Jed remarked, a small smile playing on his lips. "How can he think about food at a time like this, when there is a death in the family?" Granny lamented. "Telegram does not have to mean that," Jed said, stepping toward the light to read the message. "Now I am going to open it." "I ain't going to listen," Granny declared, covering her ears. "It is from Llewellyn Aden in Monroe, Louisiana," Jed read aloud. "Why, that is that little girl that Jethro used to told her books back home," Granny mused, momentarily forgetting her resolve to remain deaf to the news. "I thought you was not going to listen," Jed teased. "Can I help it if I got ears like a hawk?" Granny retorted. "Well, anyway, Llewellyn says she is coming to California. In fact, she is flying in this morning." "What for?" Jed wondered. "Well, she says she is finally going to take the big step, and she cannot wait to see Jethro." "I wonder what she means by the big step," Jed mused. "You do not have to find out," Granny muttered. "Morning, everybody," Jethro announced, striding into the room. "Where's Riddle?" "I will commence fixing breakfast right away." "Thank you, Granny," Jethro said, oblivious to the tension in the room.
"Good," Jed said, turning to him.
"Jethro, do you recollect a little girl back home named Llewellyn Aden?" "Llewellyn Aden?" Jethro repeated. Yeah, she moved down to Louisiana about the time we come out here to California, Jed explained. Llewellyn Aiden, Jethro whispered, a flicker of memory crossing his face. You used to told her books to school. Oh, yeah, Jethro remembered with a grin. I used to call her Cupcake. Cupcake? Granny asked, raising an eyebrow. Sweetest thing I ever put my lips to, Jethro declared. Llewellyn was, huh? Jed asked. No, the cupcake she used to told to school in her lunchbox, Jethro clarified. Quick as I was done eating my lunch, she would give me what was left of hers. She liked you, huh? Jed asked. Yeah, I was crazy about her, too, Jethro admitted. First time I ever really fell in love. With Llewellyn? Jed asked. No, with her cupcakes, Jethro said. They was molasses cupcakes with marshmallow icing. Well, how did you feel about Llewellyn? Jed pressed. I liked her fine, Jethro said simply.
Why?
Well, in her telegram here, she says she is coming to California this morning. She cannot wait to see you. And she is finally going to take the big step. I wonder what she means by that, Jethro said, looking puzzled. That is what your granny and me are trying to figure out, Jed said. You ever proposed to her? You mean married? Yeah. Did you ever ask her to marry you? Oh, gosh, Jethro said, a nostalgic look in his eyes. I remember. Engagement ring? Jed asked. Well, I do not know. We was walking home from school, and I seen this here horseshoe nail lying on the road. So I picked it up with my toes. Showing off, huh? Jed chuckled. Well, anyways, I bent it into a ring, and I slipped it on her finger. Was it by any chance the third finger of her left hand? Jed asked pointedly. Yeah, it was, Jethro confirmed. And then I kissed her. You did, huh? Yeah. There was still some icing left on her lips. Now, Jethro, think hard, Jed said, his tone serious. Try to recollect everything you said to her on the day you put the ring on her finger. Okay, well, let me think. Did you ask her to wait for you? Jed prompted. Yeah, that is exactly what I said, Jethro agreed. I said, Llewellyn, you wait for me. You recollect anything else you said? Well, when we got to her house, I said, sweetheart, I says, someday you and me is gonna share everything together. Jethro, it looks to me like you is facing a wedding, Jed observed. I am? Jethro asked, his voice rising in surprise. Yeah, well, figure it out for yourself, Jed explained. You put a ring on her engagement finger. You kissed her. You asked her to wait for you. And you said someday you and her was gonna share everything. Yeah, well, when I said share everything, I meant everything in her lunchbox, not just the cupcakes, Jethro insisted. Maybe that is what you meant, but I do not think that is the way she took it, Jed noted. Boy, you are just a handful of rice away from being a married man. Jeth, I cannot marry no little old hillbilly girl like Llewellyn Aiden, Jethro protested. Why not? Because I am a sophisticated playboy, Jethro declared, puffing out his chest. A member of the international jet set. Why, if I was to walk into that palace in Monaco with that little old hayseed, why, Princess Grace and Prince Reindeer would throw me out. Well, there is no go to see Princess Grace and Prince Reindeer, Jed replied calmly. Look, Jeth, ask me to give up polo, ask me to give up skiing in the Alps, but do not ask me to give up my friends, Jethro pleaded. Did you all figure out what Llewellyn meant by that telegram? Granny asked. Yeah, Granny, Jed said. Appears like she is coming out here to marry Jethro. She has got to find me first, Jethro said, bolting for the door. Jeth, he left without eating, Granny observed. No question about it, the boy panicked, Jed said with a sigh. Well, let us sit down and eat. If we share Jethro as breakfast, we will still have enough left over for lunch and supper. Rusty, please, Jane Hathaway said, struggling with her typewriter. I am having enough trouble trying to learn typewriting without you grabbing for the keys. Well, Ollie, time to head for the bank on your first day as a working girl, Jane said, turning to her companion. Miss Jane, I am afraid I will never learn to type as good as you, Ollie said, a hint of nervousness in her voice. Oh, do not let that concern you, Jane encouraged her. There are other things you can do. Well, I will try the best I know how, Ollie promised. Your very presence among us will ensure the rest of us girls decent treatment from old Grump Grump, Jane said. Who? Ollie asked. Mr. Drysdale, Jane replied. Bye, Rusty, Ollie said, waving. Bye, world. See you all after work. Ollie, are that cat and that rooster compatible? Jane asked, observing the menagerie. Oh no, they gets along just fine, Ollie replied. Oh no, good, good, Jane said, checking her watch. Jane Hathaway here, she said into the phone. Oh, hello, Mr. Cloudback. Miss Jane, I sure do hate to bother you, but there is a friend of ours arriving at the airport directly, and Jethro is not around to meet her. Well, suppose Ellie and I meet her? That would be dandy. I am sure Ellie would recognize her. They were young as together. Llewellyn Aiden. Flight number 5 from Monroe, Louisiana. 9:30 a.m. We will be there. I sure do appreciate it. I will call Mr. Drysdale and tell him you'll be late. Bye-bye. Jed, me and Old Duke have searched this place from the front gate to the root cellar, Granny announced, entering the room. No sign of Jethro? Jed asked. Not a hide in her hair, and the tractor is gone, too, Granny reported. But he left this note, Jed said, pointing to the piece of paper on the table. What does it say? It says he ain't gonna marry no freckle-faced, barefoot hick, and he ain't coming home until she is gone, Jed read. It is gonna be a mite awkward to explain to Llewellyn, Granny said. You call her up and tell her not to come, Jed suggested. Too late for that now, Granny said. Miss Jane and Ellie made it on the way to the airport to meet her now. Jed, maybe you cannot hold a boy to an engagement made when he was in the 2nd grade, Granny offered. I would not count on it, Jed replied. Jethro was 14 at the time. Well, Llewellyn, what do you think of the club at home? Ellie asked as they drove. I declare, it is as big as the Capitol building in Baton Rouge, Llewellyn replied. Yes, it is quite imposing, Ellie agreed. I thought you was fetching home little Llewellyn, Jed said as they walked in. Where is she? I am Llewellyn, she said with a warm smile. No, Granny said, squinting. Yes, I am Granny, she said, trying to process the change. This is her. Well, welcome to California, Llewellyn, Jed said kindly. Thank you, sir, Llewellyn replied. Lancisa, what has happened to your pigtails and your freckles? And look, Jed, she is wearing shoes, Granny pointed out. Of course she is, Granny. She is a grown-up girl now, Jed said. I cannot get over how she has changed, Granny admitted. I kind of like it myself, Jed said. Well, come on inside, everybody. I've got some fresh coffee and sassafras tea brewin'. Oh, thanks, Granny, but I think Ellie and I better get to the bank as quickly as possible, Llewellyn said. Good luck with your new job, Ellie Mae, Jed said. Oh, thank you, Llewellyn, Ellie Mae beamed. See you later. I told you things upstairs, Llewellyn, Jed said. I really did not intend to move in on you like this, but Ellie insisted you would want me to. And she was right, honey, she was, for a fact. We are proud to have you, Jed said warmly. Thank you, Mr. Clampett, Llewellyn replied. Would you like to come out to the kitchen and have a cup of coffee or some tea? Yes, I would like that. Is Jethro here? Oh, I was afraid you was going to ask that, Jed said, his expression sobering. You better come over and sit down, honey. I got some bad news for you. Has something happened to Jethro? Llewellyn asked, concerned. Oh, no. He is the same as ever. Of course, in a way. I guess that is bad news right there, Jed said with a chuckle. Llewellyn, we knows why you come to California. Oh, good. I did not explain too much in my telegram, she said. You did not have to. We put 2 and 2 together, Jed explained. Llewellyn, we knows that you and Jethro was quite close as youngest back home. Yes, ma am, she said softly. He used to carry my books to school every day. And he was quite sweet on you, too, was he not? Yes, ma am. He carved a heart in the tree in front of my house. And inside the heart he carved, Jethro loves Cece. She, Cupcake. That was his pet name for me. What are you girls talking about? Granny asked, confused. I am trying to tell Llewellyn the bad news about Jethro. Well, I think the easiest way is just to come right out and say it. Suppose you will do it. All right. Llewellyn? Yes, Mr. Clampett? I see you are still wearing that horseshoe nail ring Jethro gave you. Yes. He is the only boy I have ever let put a ring on my finger. Llewellyn? Yes, Mr. Clampett? Did you have a nice trip out here from Louisiana? Just wonderful. Did you hear that, Granny? Jethro had a wonderful trip out from Louisiana.
Get to the point, Jed.
Llewellyn? Yes, Mr. Clampett? You sure did turn out pretty. Thank you, sir.
Jed.
All right, Granny. All right. I am coming to it. Llewellyn? Yes, Mr. Clampett? Do you recollect the day Jethro put that ring on your finger? Yes, I do. Do you recollect him kissing you? I do. Do you recollect him asking you to wait for him? I do. Do you recollect him saying that one day you would share everything? I do. Well, I wish you would stop saying I do. You are making me awful nervous. Me too. What are you nervous about? Llewellyn? Yes, Mr. Clampett. How is your family? I cannot stand any more of this. Now are you going to tell her that Jethro has jilted her, or am I? Granny, I think he just did. Without sharing the burden, Llewellyn, Jethro does not want to marry you. I am glad to hear that because I certainly do not want to marry him, Llewellyn said, looking relieved. You do not want to marry Jethro? Jed asked, surprised. No, indeed, she replied. He is a nice boy. But the girl who marries him will spend the rest of her life in the kitchen. Well, speaking of kitchen, why don't we all go out there and get us something to eat? Jed suggested. In that telegram that you sent us saying she was coming to California to take the big step, if it is not marriage, what is it? Granny asked. Show business, Llewellyn declared. I hope to be an actress. Did you hear that, Jethro? She does not want Jethro. She wants to act. Is that not wonderful? It is for a fact.
And Llewellyn?
Yes, Mr. Clampett. If you are as smart about acting as you are about men, you have got it made, Jed finished. Good morning, Chief, Jane Hathaway said as she entered the office. I am sorry I am a little late. A little late? You are 1 hour and 30 minutes late, Mr. Drysdale exclaimed. Well, did not Mr. Clampett call you? So what? Do you think a phone call from Jed Clampett is going to change the rules of this bank? Do you think a mention of his name is going to get you off the hook? Well, if that is the way you think, young lady, you are absolutely right. I adore every member of that Clampett family. They are the most wonderful people in the world, Mr. Drysdale said, his demeanor changing instantly. Hello, I did not see you, Mr. Drysdale said to the young woman standing in the office. Oh, you look so beautiful. What brings you here? Well, I work here now, Mr. Drysdale. This year is my first day, Ellie said.
Oh, so it is.
So it is. I forgot. Well, welcome aboard. How are things going? Oh, just fine. Oh, wonderful. Now you can take the rest of the day off, Mr. Drysdale said. Well, I just got here, Ellie protested. Have you had breakfast? Oh, no, sir. We did not have time. Well, come with me and I will buy you the best breakfast you ever had, Mr. Drysdale offered. Oh, thank you, Ellie said. Come on, Miss Jane. No, Ellie dear. Miss Hathaway must stay and catch up on her work, Mr. Drysdale said firmly. Well, I will stay and help her, Ellie insisted. Oh, are you not hungry? Oh, yes, sir. I sure am.
So is Miss Jane, Ellie said.
Who are you calling? Mr. Drysdale asked.
My pa.
He will not let us go hungry. He will fetch us something to eat, Ellie said. Howdy, Pa. This here is Ellie. Hello, Miss Clavet. This is your friendly banker. Oh, I am so delighted to have your beautiful daughter as an employee. I am going to celebrate my good luck by taking her and Miss Hathaway to breakfast.
Goodbye.
Oh, come, lovely ladies.
This is on me.
Bon appetit. Oh, Ellie Mae. I cannot tell you what a joy it is to have you working here. I will help with the dishes, Llewellyn said as they returned home. You will do no such thing, Granny scolded. You are here to get into the show business. And movie stars do not wash dishes. I am a long way from being a movie star, Granny, Llewellyn said. Seems to me you are on the way, Llewellyn, Jed encouraged. You won a beauty contest at that big television station?
Yeah.
Station KNOE-TV in Monroe, Louisiana, Llewellyn said. Yeah, that ought to get you in pictures right there, Jed said. I am afraid it takes more than that to open the doors to a movie studio, Llewellyn said. Jed, I will bet you Mr. Drysdale could help her, Granny suggested. He could, for a fact, Jed agreed. He is a banker, Llewellyn. He does what you call finances a lot of pictures. Oh, I would love to meet him, Llewellyn said. Well, no sooner said than done, Jed said. I will take you right down there and introduce you. Oh, wonderful. Just let me change my dress and put on a new face, Llewellyn said. You can change your dress, honey, but if I was you, I would keep that face, Jed said. Yeah, you cannot beat that, Granny agreed. Hello? Jed Clampett speaking, Jed said, picking up the phone. Oh, hello, Jethro. Yeah, Llewellyn is right here. Can I speak to him?
Hold on.
Llewellyn wants to talk to you. Hi, Jethro. Hello? Hello? He hung up, Llewellyn said, disappointed. Well, he probably thinks you are still out here to marry him, Jed said. Now, you two skedaddle on down to the bank, and you bring Ellie Mae and Miss Jane and Mr. Drysdale home for supper. We will do it, Granny, Jed promised. Who do you think you are, Arnold the pig? How can you eat so much and stay so skinny? Mr. Drysdale asked. Chief, all I had were 2 poached eggs, his companion replied. You did not poach them, I had to pay for them, Mr. Drysdale grumbled. Oh, Chief, really? And did you have to order ham? Do you not realize you violated a religious law by eating ham? I am not of that faith. Join him. That stuff is expensive.
Hold it, Hathaway.
I am not through with you.
What? Now?
Now you take that dumb hillbilly blonde to the secretarial pool and teach her how to type. But you said that was not important. That is what I said to her. To you I am saying if she does not type by tonight, her salary is coming out of your salary. And one other thing. If this maple syrup stain does not come out of this suit, you're going to have to pay the cleaning bill. Well, that was not my fault. You flew into a rage when the waitress gave you the check. You could have grabbed it. Well, I wish I had. I would have prevented an ugly stain.
Out. Out.
Miss Jane? Ellie Mae? They must be out on what you call a coffee break, Jed said as they walked into the bank. We will go in and talk to Mr. Dryadate. Mr. Clampett, do you really think he can get me a job in movies? Llewellyn asked. A girl as sweet and birdy as you? It is a lead pipe cinch.
Come on.
Mr. Dryadate? He appears to be out too, Jed said. You sit down here and make yourself comfortable. I will go see can I find him. What are you doing here? A voice barked from the shadows. Oh, you scared me, Llewellyn said. Big deal. Who are you? I am Llewellyn Aden from Denham and Roll, Louisiana. Are you Mr. Drysdale? So what if I am? I was told you could help me get a job, Llewellyn said, her heart pounding. Can you type? No, sir. Can you take dictation?
No, sir.
Know anything about bookkeeping or accounting?
No, sir.
Can you program a computer?
No, sir.
Can you foreclose a mortgage?
No, sir.
Can you get a maple syrup stain out of my jacket?
No, sir.
You are just worthless, Mr. Drysdale declared. What would I need another dumb hillbilly blonde with a brain in your head? Why do you not go back to Louisiana, throw yourself in a bayou, and feed yourself to the alligators? Go ahead, cry, blow your head off. See what I get you. Llewellyn, darling, what happened? How come you would be crying like this? Jed asked, rushing over. Didn't you tell Mr. Drysdale you had come out here to be an actor? Jed asked. She did not have to tell me, Mr. Clampett, Mr. Drysdale said, changing his tune instantly. By the moment I saw her, I knew she was a born actress. So, immediately, I started to test her. I did the famous shouting scene from The Bride of Frankenstein. And she passed the test with flying colors. Oh, look at those tears. Garbo could not shed them any better. This girl is a natural. One of the most gifted actresses of our time. I predict stardom for this lovely, talented young lady. Wee doggy, did you hear that, Llewellyn? I told you Mr. Drysdale could help you, Jed said, his face lighting up with pride. Oh, I will dedicate myself to her career, Mr. Drysdale promised. Llewellyn, my dear, who would you like to do your screen test with? Paul Newman? Steve McQueen? Whoever you think is best, Mr. Drysdale, Llewellyn said, wiping her tears. What studio do you figure she ought to work for? Let them compete for her services. Let them bid against one another. An actress like Llewellyn Aden comes along once. We leave everything to you, Mr. Drysdale, Jed said. Now I think I had best get this little girl home. She is flung more out from all the acting she has been doing. This day will go down in motion picture history. For today a star is born. The Academy Award is but one performance away, Mr. Drysdale declared. We are glad to see you, Mr. Drysdale, and Llewellyn will thank you proper quick if she pulls herself together, Jed said. I know what you are capable of, Llewellyn. And, mark my words, one of these nights, you will be taking that famous fellow Oscar home with you, Mr. Drysdale predicted. Mr. Drysdale, I have known Llewellyn all her life, and she ain't that kind of girl, Jed laughed. Well, Llewellyn, looks like you are on your way, Jed said as they walked out. I do not know how to thank you, Mr. Clampett, Llewellyn said. Sure, because Mrs. Drysdale did it, Jed noted. Ed Tabby speaking, a voice said on the phone. Jethro? Yeah, she is still here. Let me tell him the news, Jed said. Hold on. Llewellyn has got something to tell you. Jethro, I am ready to take that big step, Llewellyn said into the receiver. Hello? Hello, the line went dead. He hung up again, Llewellyn said. Well, you're back. How did it go? Granny asked as they entered the house. Granny, it looks like we got ourselves a little movie star here, Jed said. Ain't that wonderful? Granny cheered. Well, I have not made my screen test yet, Llewellyn said modestly. Mr. Drysdale says he can get her a big star like Steve McQueen, Jed said. Oh, I hope he does. He is my favorite, Granny said. You promised her a screen test?
Right.
We will film it right here in the office tomorrow morning. Oh, you're joking. Oh, no. You will be here wearing wardrobe and full makeup at 9 o'clock.
Me?
In wardrobe and makeup?
Right.
And you better look like Steve McQueen. Well, now it is time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin, Jed said, turning to the imaginary audience. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You are all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Ceres Bell, take your shoes off. Do not come back now, dear. This has been a Filmwise presentation. The journey had begun not with a grand map, but with a humble desire for a better life. From the quiet, mist-covered mountains of their home to the bustling, sun-drenched streets of California, the Clampett family had remained true to their roots, even as the world around them shifted in ways they never could have predicted. They had found their way in a land of strangers, guided by the simple principles of kindness, honesty, and an unwavering faith in one another. Llewellyn, once the little girl who had traded her cupcakes for a promise, was now standing on the threshold of a dream that was much larger than she had ever imagined. She was no longer just the hillbilly girl from Monroe. She was an aspiring actress with the backing of a banker who saw in her a spark that could ignite the screen. Her journey was a testament to the fact that wherever life took you, it was the people you carried with you that truly defined the experience. Jed watched the sunset again, just as he had back in the Ozarks, but this time, the view was different. It was the same sun, the same warmth, but the landscape of his life had changed. He had provided for his family, he had seen them grow and pursue their dreams, and in the process, he had found that the greatest treasure was not the black gold that had started it all, but the love and laughter that filled their home every single day. As the stars began to peek through the California night, the family gathered once more, the air filled with the familiar sounds of their shared life. They spoke of the days gone by, of the people they had known, and of the future that lay ahead. It was a story of hope, a story of change, and ultimately, a story of the enduring power of family. And as they settled in, content and united, they knew that no matter where the road took them, they were exactly where they were meant to be. The journey was not about the destination, but about the people with whom they traveled, and in that, they were richer than any millionaire could ever hope to be.